Zombie Dogs.
Hey everyone, welcome to Zombie Dogs, your favorite podcast about don't trust people.
That's not Canadian.
They'll only
enough.
let you down.
They only let you down.
Hello, King.
My name is Brad. You trust podcasters more than your family. Sorry, I'm going to try. Sorry, I'm Brad.
Say we have to do the whole podcast, and then me every other line. What was that all about?
What the fuck is he talking about?
I just love Claire Redfield's like replaying. I just love Claire Redfield's looking at him the entire game. Just like, what the hell is he talking about?
Relax, babe.
My name's Tyler, and I'm not going to give you these golden guns no matter what.
Yeah, I'm gonna trade you for something automatic.
Yeah, with something automatic.
Oh my god,
We're part of the Hair of the Dogcast Network. Check out all of the other amazing shows on there. Special thanks to Sterling Dorsey and Isaac Repinski from Moonglow for our amazing theme song. Check out Moonglow for more of their music, as well as the other episodes, other podcasts on the network. Today, if you couldn't tell, we are talking about Resident Evil Code Veronica.
out of all the Veronicas, this is probably the better one.
I know two codes, the Konami code and Code Veronica now. And one of them is way more Canadian.
Yep.
I'm going to try and keep my Steve Burnside down. I can't help it, though.
You guys warned me
Let it
about
fly.
Steve. I've never played this going into this. I honestly never really even heard of it until we started talking more in depth about Resident Evil and Zombie Dogs. But you guys set me up for Steve, and you didn't spoil anything. When that motherfucker opens his mouth, I laughed. I laughed pretty fucking hard.
The first official scene where like he's trying to let you. Well, we'll get to there. But he's lighting you up, and his first line is "What?"
Yeah. He is my favorite character in the entire franchise now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, dude. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
If this was just a Steve Burnside ranking podcast, he would be number one, and there would be 1,000 spots below him before number two.
Yeah. It really would.
No,
Steve Burnside takes all first 100 spots.
Code Veronica is a game that I had never played before this podcast. People that are listening, they know my experience with the series. So this is my first time playing it. I played the cloud version on the PS5, which is technically streaming the PS3 version.
Yeah.
Or I forget how.
It's technically the Code Veronica X version.
Yes, and
because I played the Dreamcast on my actual Dreamcast, and it actually froze on me once. It was weird. I had to like restart the game and I lost my save data because I didn't have cloud saving or anything like that or save states.
one of my reasons I'm always scared to buy discs used.
Yeah,
because you don't know.
yeah, you really don't.
So this was my first time playing Code Veronica, and just a brief my thoughts of it. I really enjoyed this game. I was surprised at the steps it took forward after Resident Evil 3, and it's sometimes a mixed bag, but overall, I really enjoyed this game. Tyler, this was your first time as well.
Yep, I was really glad to enter into the PlayStation 2 arena now with Resident Evil games. I am a big Sony fan. I've owned every Sony console since the PlayStation 1. I have fond memories.
You had a Vita?
No, I didn't have a Vita. I had a PSP, though.
I love immediately calling him out on video game history.
Yeah,
Who's your
of a
favorite? What's your favorite Sonic game for the Saturn?
Just Sonic. I've been trying to take that moniker and apply it to other things, like on the Discord. But then I tried to switch my Instagram, and somebody has that name.
somebody has just Sonic.
Yeah,
Of
I tried
course.
spelling it all zany, but I got to
okay.
figure out a good way to spell it.
Lowercase x, capital X, lowercase x, just underscore.
Instead of we could put a 0, maybe.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Or it could
Maybe
be
you try
just
that.
Tyler.
Just Tyler. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was happy to get into the PlayStation 2 era of gaming because I need the better graphics. I like that this isn't a 2D rendered flat background. As pretty as Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 really were, though.
Yeah.
I was really happy. We are moving forward into the games. This is the chunk of Resident Evil history that I am really excited for because I get to replay 4 and 5 coming up. It's going to be so nice.
It is a that awkward between because it's still rocking the tank controls, despite the fact that the camera is no longer locked in. It's sometimes locked, but the camera will start drifting. And to me, it looks great having it all be 3D. There's like unity to it, but when you move on to Resident Evil Remake after this and 0, like The pre-rendered backgrounds are absolutely beautiful too, if when they advance them further. But Stoy,
Yeah.
you've played this game a few times.
Yeah, and arguably, I've had a difficult relationship with Code Veronica because it doesn't rank high on my list of favorite Resident Evil games, and I want to say in my recent playthrough, I think I fell in love with it a little bit more than I thought. I was like, man, I just remember having a tough time with a particular part of the game. And the last half of the game, I had a particular hard time with that one at the time because the first half was like so good, rocking it. It was great. For some reason, they gave Claire Redfield, which blew my 18-year-old brain apart, was like the thick waist and the wide thighs. Man, peak character design. And then
Daisy is feeling a little jealous right now.
Well, you know what? Before Daisy, there was Claire Redfield. Okay, just saying. Anyway, but
you know what color her pants were originally in this game?
Originally?
Like in the beta version of the game?
No.
She had pink pants.
Pink pants. Okay, that would have been awful.
Sorry to interrupt.
That would have been awful. No, I'm glad I didn't know that. So
They were still tight.
yeah, but anyway,
I don't know how she gets in those denims because there's no room there.
otherwise, I when I played it first for the Dreamcast, and then it came out I think a year later for the PlayStation 2, and I don't think I ended up picking it up right away for the PlayStation 2 because I was like, well, I just have it on the Dreamcast already, which, I don't think having dual analog sticks for this game was necessary. So at the time, I was like, I didn't really need it.
No, I don't really want...
Did you guys play with the analog stick?
I don't even remember.
No?
It's been a second.
Controls are easier with the directional.
It really is.
Right.
Yeah. And even though it's like you're moving in a 3D space and the camera's kind of moving with you a little bit, like on this playthrough, I was like, well, let me try to switch over to the analog stick to see if I could play it. And it was just, no.
I have had heard the reputation of this game beforehand about it being definitely weirder.
Yep.
The story's a little more out there, which I loved that aspect. But I also was warned there will be some choke points where if you have the wrong save and something happens, you will be soft locked. There's just no way to get past certain things if weapons are all on one character and you switch to another spot.
That's what I was talking about earlier. That's what was a frustrating part. If you didn't know that going into it, you would have had an awful time.
Which is why I did use a guide for this game. So there are going to be points where I'm like, this was smooth, this was great. I didn't have the issue of running into, oh shit, all of my weapons are on the wrong character.
Yep. Yeah, if you're listening to this and you haven't played this game, I really do recommend a walkthrough because there are going to be pivotal points where you're going to be switching characters and, there's going to be a point where like, okay, you're going to be with this character and all they have is a handgun. But they have to fight a big giant monster right away, so it's like
impossible.
Toss them a little grenade launcher just to
diversify your weapons.
Exactly. So
let's get into it.
Yeah.
So with the success of Resident Evil 2 in 1998, Capcom began a bunch of Resident Evil projects across multiple consoles. Code Veronica originated from an unsuccessful attempt to port Resident Evil 2 to the Sega Saturn. There was just too much going on in that game. So they're like, we'll go for your next generation and we'll do something exclusive.
Honestly, the port for Resident Evil on the Sega Saturn, the first one wasn't that great.
Yeah, I watched some gameplay. It looked pretty rough.
Yeah, I think I have the Japanese copy, and it's just no.
After producer Shinji Mikami and his team learned that they would be unable to port the game without making a large sacrifice to quality, Mikami was asked by his leadership to create something else for Sega fans, so development began in an original game. When Mikami asked for more time to develop, it was moved to the Dreamcast. Around the same time, a side story game for the PlayStation starring Jill Valentine in the events leading up to Resident Evil 2 was being developed. It was intended to be a spin-off game with the more ambitious Dreamcast game as the true sequel. However, the PlayStation game was made a numbered release, Resident Evil 3, and the Dreamcast game was titled to Code Veronica. Originally, they were considering Jill Valentine for the protagonist of Code Veronica, and when Nemesis happened the way it did, Claire got promoted, and I think that is great.
Yeah.
To what degree Capcom had considered making it a numbered release is not clear. In interviews at the time, producer Shinji Mikami and flagship president Yoshiki Okamoto told journalists they wanted to keep the numbered chronology on the PlayStation systems. I don't care. and give subtitles to the other ones. In a 2020 interview, Mikami stated Code Veronica deserved to be numbered more than Resident Evil 3, but not because of political reasons between Capcom and the console manufacturing company. I would be fine if this was 4.
Yeah.
It does feel more like a numbered title than having a subtitle.
I fully
in my
agree.
opinion.
Honestly, I feel like this was more of a fleshed out game than 3 Nemesis.
Yeah, especially
Me personally.
I think they both could have been numbered.
Yeah, they could have.
Why not?
Yeah.
because in 2 and 3, you keep hearing about the Redfields going to Europe. Like you find diaries and stuff. So it's nice to get like the continuation of that story. It doesn't make any sense to me why they didn't just make it numbered.
Yeah, both could be numbered. I mean, this could have easily been Resident Evil 4.
And you know what would just make everything sell better is a number.
Yeah.
Code Veronica did not sell well on the Dreamcast, partially because the Dreamcast didn't do well itself. But if it had been Resident Evil 4, Code Veronica, it would have sold more. I think that's just the way it works.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, we'll talk about it, but it came out a year later on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Because I think like Capcom had these deals with the system manufacturers that they were like, okay, like the Capcom 5 for the GameCube, like you have to make 5 exclusive GameCube games.
It's not Capcom promising that they will have never release it on another console and immediately change their minds months later.
Right, yeah. Clearly that
It's
didn't
like me
happen.
with sobriety.
Yeah.
I changed my mind
I'm
again.
gonna quit drinking tomorrow.
Code Veronica, the newly established creative writing company Flagship, was tasked with writing and art for Code Veronica. Formed by Yoshiki Akamoto, producer of Resident Evil 1, and Noboru Shigemura, writer of Resident Evil 2, 0, and Code Veronica. Flagship drew in talent from the TV industry to improve the quality of video games. I think this one with maybe it's just the tracking camera sometimes. It does feel more cinematic, plus it's a 3D environment. But this game does have a little bit more of a cinema feel to it.
And
It really does comparatively.
The writing, I think, is a little bigger too.
During the early script writing stage, Code Veronica was envisioned as a game about Jill Valentine, like we just said earlier, following her star's mission to Europe, as mentioned in Resident Evil 2, continuing a theme that was also being discussed for Resident Evil 0 and the unreleased Resident Evil 3. The game was planned to explore the backstory of Umbrella Pharmaceuticals, its founders, and their progenitor virus, which was a precursor to the T virus. In this case, the villains were to be Hilbert and Hilda Kruger.
Ooh,
Nazi.
very German.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just put a little pizzazz on that, just a little dash.
Dude, you have
Yeah.
such pizzazz.
And I try.
Nice job, man.
The children of the Wehrmacht
There we
officer
go. Yes,
who
keep going.
fled Nazi Germany and an island via a U-boat. Another character, a butler of Hilbert's, was to be introduced as an elderly man who fought alongside their father in World War II. So this was going to get super fascist.
This was going to be This would have been an interesting decision.
Yeah.
I would have liked it.
Yeah.
Does that mean I'm killing fascist zombies?
Yeah.
Nazi zombies?
Either way, these zombies deserved it.
I mean, this was a time when killing Nazis in video games was like the big thing.
I think they were worried a little bit about how to sell it in certain parts of Europe too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By October 98, ideas were changing rapidly, and Jill Valentine was replaced by Claire Redfield as the protagonist. This was done because Shigemura discovered that the Resident Evil 2 B ending had been altered by Hideki Kamiya to imply that either character would return soon. The Krugers were also changed to be British nobles due to concerns that Nazi association would harm the game's European sales. And the butler was kept as a file-only character.
Can you read the rest of your lines in British accent?
It will go into Australian and weirdly Scottish, and maybe a little Southern.
Keeps people on their toes, though.
I can't keep the car straight when I'm doing that.
That's fair. That's fair. We all speak in some sort of weird English accent anyway. So we got a new setting. Code Veronica's story, setting, and artistic design strayed away from the series standard. While previous games are set in the United States and have corresponding American feel to them, Code Veronica is set in the Southern Ocean and Antarctica and carries a European Gothic horror-inspired design. The horror in Code Veronica is driven by this story, which follows a crazed man and the fate of his noble bloodline, the Ashfords. The story is told partly through a lullaby, and this method of storytelling is intended to bring out European operatic undertones. Wow, these are big words. The contrast to previous games in the series, which were driven by the panic elements from American horror films such as Monsters and Zombies. By the time Resident Evil 3 was released, development on Code Veronica was nearing completion. Much of Code Veronica's 70-person development staff was outsourced because Capcom resources had been tied up working on Resident Evil 3. Mikami described Code Veronica as 50 to 60% of his perfect vision for Resident Evil in February 2001.
What a weird percentage.
I know. Yeah, well,
It's like 50% of what perfect is.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's half perfect, maybe a little bit over half perfect. And he cited that future Resident Evil projects may make up the other half. Now, this I want to know what he means.
He's talking exclusively about Resident Evil 6.
Yeah,
that was his perfect vision?
That's
that
his
was his
perfect
perfect
I
vision?
think so.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Well, we made it. We made it to that point. So I agree. I think this was definitely a tonal shift in the series that, was a lot different. Instead of like Midwestern towns and big laboratories and all this stuff, this was like, you're in an Antarctic base, you're in an island, you're going underwater, and all these different, scene shifts. It was
It's globetrotting.
yeah, definitely interesting.
Yeah.
So
It's the series was much smaller before, and this is broadening like themes, kind of the ideas they're exploring, and I like the story going more batshit. Always good for me, as long as the action doesn't get too stupid.
Yeah.
And I Resident Evil goes way off the deep end in entries sooner than later.
we'll
But
get there. We'll get there.
I think this one is kind of a sweet spot, and after seeing, the 3 PlayStation 1 titles, it's hard to see where this series was moving to.
Especially since they destroyed Raccoon City totally. Like, where are we going now?
Somewhere to go to Umbrella.
Yeah, we're chasing Umbrella now.
This game was officially revealed on October 6, 1998 by Okamoto. Capcom of Japan stated that they were hoping to sell the game to roughly 1/3 of all Dreamcast users, which they estimated would total to around 1 million copies. The game released in February 2000 after delays and a reduction in sales expectations due to the struggling Dreamcast platform. In total, the Dreamcast version sold almost 450,000 units in the US and 1.14 million copies worldwide. Sales were weak compared to series predecessors, but strong compared to other Dreamcast games. Received critical acclaim and has been considered among both the best RE games and Dreamcast games. Received universal acclaim. Many critics felt it was the best game at the time and a must-own for the Dreamcast.
I mean, I would agree with that. At the time, it was pretty much. I mean, this is the first jump into the that next era.
These, the game, every step of the way looks like the cutscenes from the PS1.
Yeah,
So that's the future.
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't look any better than that ever. Mm-hmm. Could you imagine if they did Steve in 4K? Our brains couldn't even handle it.
no.
I want it.
I want it.
My God, what if we get a Code Veronica remake? What if that really happened?
It is happening.
Is it happening?
It is happening.
I know, but it's
I watched a video discussing some leaks on it today,
okay.
and the newest leak is saying that you can switch between characters kind of a la Resident Evil 0 with
Yeah,
Steve and Claire.
I think I heard that.
And
That would be an interesting take.
I would never switch back.
I was going to say, I'm just going to play this whole thing with Steve.
And I would never move forward. So I just turn it on and just run back and forth in a room like I'm Steve. I am Steve. Limited Dreamcast system bundles were also released to commemorate the game's release. The Claire version, limited to 1,800 copies, consisted of the game, a pink system, pink controller, and a VMU. Have you seen one of those?
I have not. I had never heard of this, and I'm going to look it up right now.
Stoy's angry.
Oh, no. How did I miss this?
The other bundle, known as the Stars version, as the items except the system is a dark transparent blue and features a Stars logo. That was limited to 200 copies, both very rare.
Ooh, exclusive.
Very exclusive console variants. And at the end of the game's first half, translation error, Alfred remotely hijacks Rockford Island's air fleet and transmits a message to the crews. Claire's response in the original script is shocked to see Alfred exclaiming, "Alfred, this is your doing." In the localized version, she instead shouts, "Alfred, you cross-dressing freak." Claire, at the time, you might have gotten away with that. You can hate people for a lot of reasons. Not that anymore, Claire.
Yep.
We're not going to cancel you today. It was a different time.
Yeah, I can let that slide.
Work on it.
Yes, be better.
Be better, Claire.
Oh, it's like
better.
a lenticular, or whatever they call that, where it's like a see-through kind of thing. That's pretty neat.
Only 1,800.
Ugh.
Now Stoy's got to go buy another thing.
God damn it. I'm not going to be eating for 3 months now. I can only imagine how much that is. I'll look that up later for sure.
30. I'm guessing 3,000.
Yeah, I can't. It can't be that much.
1800.
It can't be that much.
Okay.
I would say 1800. Yeah.
Well, with the Stars Dreamcast, there's only 200 of those.
Yeah, right. That's even worse.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough to find.
Yeah.
In November 2000, Capcom confirmed their intention to port Code Veronica to the PlayStation 2 console after the title Biohazard Code Veronica Complete Edition, aka Code Veronica X for overseas, came out. It's weird that I guess they would have had to wait an extra 2 years then, right, to put this out because it came out in '98 and then in 2000,
A little over a year later, yeah.
yeah, just it's
$4,500
For the Stars one?
4,000
For the Claire
Claire
one.
Redfield. 4,005. Oh my God!
You don't need a car.
No, I don't. I'm gonna sell everything.
It says Claire.
sell
Yeah,
a kidney.
I thought you liked Claire.
I did.
You don't even
I do.
have it?
I do.
You
I
don't
do.
even have it.
Clearly not. Not yet.
Big fan.
Clearly not.
Not yet. Not yet. I'm gonna sell your car, Tyler. Okay?
You're not going to get that much for it.
It's not worth one Dreamcast.
I would like to trade this for a Claire Redfield Dreamcast.
And they're like,
They're gonna look at me like, "Sir, get out of it. Get
sir,
out,
this
please."
is a Wendy's. The game's producer, Shinji Mikami, commented that that complete would include content that failed to be completed in time to make it to the original game. In February 2001, Capcom announced that a playable demo of their upcoming Devil May Cry game, which originated as one of the attempts at Resident Evil 4, I did not know that, would come bundled with Code Veronica X.
Yeah, I can't wait till we talk about all the different Resident Evil 4 variations that we're gonna get.
I have no
Stay tuned to
knowledge.
Zombie Dogs.
There's a lot.
There's like 5 different versions of what Resident Evil
Including
4 was
like
gonna be.
a Spanish console thing.
Yeah.
I can dig it. I'm excited. Capcom printed a video DVD of an in-universe documentary, Wesker's Report. As a pre-order incentive in North America, the Wesker's Report DVD was also sold on Capcom's website and given to customers who purchased the games at specialty retailers such as Electronics Boutique and GameStop.
I gotta ask my friend if he still has this because I remember he pre-ordered this. I didn't because I got my Dreamcast a little bit late. And I wonder if he still has this DVD because I watched this DVD.
Was it like real actors?
It
Like
was
real
it
people?
was actual. It was narrated by Wesker's actual voice actor. Like it was
With-
narrated in his voice.
With game footage.
Footage.
It's him kind of narrating his role in the first 3 games and what happened.
Yep.
Wesker's Report.
Wesker's Report. Yeah.
And now I'm going to explain
Honestly-
all of the secret shit I'm doing in this documentary in universe.
But I'm not going to tell you everything.
Yeah. I just love filmmaking.
But I'm just going to tell you everything.
It is my secret passion. The additional content consisted of improved graphics along with an extra 9 minutes of cutscene sequences. One example of new cutscenes included the scene where Claire encountered Wesker just outside the manor. Wesker's lines in the cutscene where he discovers Chris's presence on the island were altered slightly through the stage action, although the stage action remained the same.
Yeah, and then of course the end, which we'll get to. There's a particular end sequence that's different in the PlayStation 2 version versus the Dreamcast version. So Steve's hairstyle, thank you for giving me this first one, was altered to have a noticeable fringe and no longer showed his forehead. This change was made to all cutscenes featuring him as well as to the family photograph he carries with him.
I think it looks better this way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, at the time it was like the parted haircut was still in.
Leo.
Yeah. The introduction to Alexia's first battle was also significantly changed, whereas Wesker uses his superhuman abilities in an attempt to halt Alexia's advance in the X version. In the original version, he is entirely powerless to stop her and does not use any of his powers. Furthermore, he only notices Chris in the X version. In the original, he simply runs out the door. I do like in X where he's like, Chris, all right, you're going to handle this. I'm out. And it's like, Chris is like, what? The ending was also considerably changed during and right after the Alexia fight. The presence of an elevator overlooking the battle area was cut out to allow room for the infamous Wesker fight scene. Man, this was epic. This extended scene also introduced events such as Wesker taking Claire hostage and his men capturing Steve's body and planning to experiment on it.
I would do experiments on it.
Yeah.
Got to find out where that accent comes from.
What happens with the nipple if you touch it?
Yeah, exactly. What happens if I twist a little bit more?
Oh, yeah.
That
felt good.
That felt good. Sorry.
Sorry.
The credits, background, and music were also remodeled. The Code Veronica X version ported to the GameCube had several differences from the PlayStation 2 release. The GameCube port maintained the same pre-game teaser sequence as the Japanese-only Dreamcast version. So then we got an HD version of this game. Capcom released a remastered high-definition version of Code Veronica X, along with Resident Evil 4 for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. In Europe and North America, the game was released on PlayStation Network and Xbox Live on September 27th, 2011. This was really cool because this is when all the old stuff was like coming out in digital form. So like I remember I downloaded this right away.
Because you only had it twice at that point.
Yeah, exactly. I needed more copies of it. Yeah. I think I have like a digital copy of it. Well, because like, I mean, these games go on sale so often. Capcom does really good, ridiculous sales. I think I own like 7 copies of each Resident Evil game.
Yeah, every month they're on sale. I just bought Resident Evil 8 Gold Edition because I didn't have it for the PlayStation and for the Xbox. It was like $16 for the DLC and bonus shit, which is just as much, almost as cheap as just buying the DLC by itself for the Xbox. I'm like, might as well.
Especially when the DLC first came out. So, in May 2017, Code Veronica X was released on the PS4 as part of its PS2 games on PS4 lineup. It is an emulation of the PlayStation 2 version and not a port of the HD remaster that was released on the PS3 and Xbox 360 in 2011.
So when somebody asks what version of a Resident Evil game I'm playing, I kind of know. There's a lot of opportunities for me to get something wrong because there's so many ports, so many different digital versions. I think it was technically the PS3 HD version, but could be wrong.
Yeah.
If you are playing that one, I have a thing where I like to leave my game running and I will do things with my life. Mm-hmm. Let's say I go upstairs for an hour and I come back. If you're playing the cloud version, it just turns itself off. And if you haven't saved, you have lost your progress, which is frustrating.
Is there save states in cloud games?
No, not for Code Veronica.
Not for Code Veronica?
No,
okay. Right.
1 through 3 I had save states, which is quite nice.
All right.
So the gameplay. The camera in Code Veronica is the first Resident Evil game to use a 3D background instead of the pre-rendered ones. Because of this, the camera is more dynamic than in previous games. It follows, pans, zooms as the player navigates the environment. That's, I think, mostly works pretty well.
Yeah, there's some really good sequences where it works really well, like even in the mansion, the Ashford mansion. Just the way the camera pans and zooms and like changes angles when you walk up those stairs. So cinematic.
I will say I would prefer if they had stuck with the pre-rendered backgrounds and took out some of the pans, and I'd be curious to see it.
Yeah.
Because as technology gets better, they can do more with the pre-rendered backgrounds. But for what it is, I love it. 2 weapons can be fired from the character's view, first person, and the sniper rifle and the linear launcher. That's kind of jarring when it happens the first time.
Yeah.
And the unlockable minigame is a first-person mode available. Many features have been brought over from RE3 since both were created in tandem, such as oil drums being shootable and 180-degree turn, which is wonderful.
Yes. The addition to that was a godsend.
Should never be taken away.
Mm-hmm.
Items from Resident Evil 2, such as upgradable handgun parts and side packs for larger item capacity, are featured, as well as new weapons such as explosive crossbow bolts and anti-BOW rounds for the grenade launcher. Unique features, the ability to dual-wield pistols, letting the player target 2 enemies at once. Some less dynamic changes are the addition of continues and the ability to pick up and use herbs when one's inventory is full.
God, that is so nice to have too as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to put it in your pocket.
No, because I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it right away. I'm going to eat this plant right now.
There's just herbs in every pocket.
Right now.
I'm carrying 5 cranks. I cannot pick up this herb. This is embarrassing. I'm just going to eat the herb and then keep going.
This is the first game in the series where we didn't have cranks. We just had a wheel.
That's true.
2 wheels.
Which made me feel horrible. I thought I was missing something the whole game.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know. It's a shame.
There's
certain staples that they need to stay.
Needs to be there.
Yeah.
The dual wielding is weird to me. It never quite is feeling right. I don't feel like I have enough control of it like I want to. Like if there's 2 enemies, you'll just naturally kind of drift apart.
Yeah.
Or you can shoot them both at one enemy.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks cool.
It looks cool though.
It's super sick.
It's the rule of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the auto aiming is definitely especially off camera, where it's like you got two zombies coming at you. Like, especially if you're in a corner, you got two zombies coming at you down one hallway, then you got another one to your right or left or whatever. And it's like, I would like to take out the two closest ones first, but
I don't get to choose.
yeah, clearly not.
Yeah.
But sometimes I wished, I mean, granted, we have more options capabilities now in games than we did in the past, but I wish there was a way to disable it sometimes, the auto aiming.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to have, especially if you're trying to like pop shots from afar, but
Is there not available in Code Veronica?
I know, not that I saw.
Okay.
Yeah. I have this habit of
all
like,
the modern ones you can
all the
turn off
modern
the
ones
auto
do,
aiming
yes.
if it's on.
yeah, but I don't know when that changed, but yeah, obviously they put that in as a quality of life measure, but I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, when the fuck does this game take place? You're
Yeah.
probably wondering.
In the timeline.
And I can sort this out.
Sort it out.
It's a less muddled timeline
Because
compared to the
Brad's
Zelda
doing the legwork.
timeline.
And here's Tyler with the timeline review.
Thank you, Brad. As you know, Resident Evil 1 happened July 24th and 25th of it was
1998, right?
Yeah, 98.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then 2 months pass, and you get Resident Evil 3 Part 1, which is September 23rd through the 27th. So you
2 months later.
Resident Evil 2 happens September 29th and 30th.
Dale never forget.
And then
The
Resident
cop
Evil
inside
3.
me died that day.
Resident Evil 3 Part 2 is October 1st. Then 87 days pass, and that is when Code Veronica takes place.
Claire had 87 days.
To get to Europe somehow.
I will say, Claire didn't really have a lot of military training, and all of a sudden she's in badass mode now. She had,
Yeah.
I think she was in survival mode, and two, it seems like she took a crash course, a few online classes in
did
Matrix
master class.
moves.
Well, and her brother was a cop, so she probably had a lot of maybe like gun training and whatever.
I know cops that aren't good cops.
Yeah, I know.
Let
Yeah,
alone the
there's a
sisters
lot of
of
cops. Yeah, keep in mind, Chris is a STARS member, bro,
There's,
Okay.
and he does not get along with authority very well.
He's the kind of guy that would train his sister. Like, what if a man attacks you?
Yeah, right.
He could, because there's no oversight at Stars.
Clearly not.
We
Yeah.
take the worst of the worst and the best
Who's
of the
running the
best.
STARS? Wesker? What is he doing?
He's a terrible boss.
Do you have any pictures of you playing basketball in skimpy outfits? For
My
research?
God, what a great horrible. What was that old TV show with the bosses going undercover boss?
Yes.
That was it. Yeah.
My name is Teddy Weston.
Question.
What's your boss like?
He's a real dick. Oh, really?
Why don't you text him back at night when he texts you, what are you doing? Are you still up?
He's kind of hot.
Have you ever noticed the outline of his crotch and his pants? He wears tight pants.
Let's
I
talk
think he
about
wants you to
Let's
notice.
talk about Leon.
Why don't
Why?
you all wear sunglasses inside? Inside.
So this canonically takes place 2 days after Christmas.
Yeah. So Claire Redfield, 19 years old, 5'5", 115 pounds. Anyway, it's all on her hips. Following her experiences in Raccoon City, Claire went out in search of her brother, believing him to be at Umbrella Europe's Paris laboratory. She infiltrated it in December and was ambushed by the facility's security forces. A helicopter lights up the side of the building trying to kill her, kills two Umbrella guys instead. Luckily, she's a freaking action star now at this point, so she dives out of the way.
Yeah.
Super epic scene.
These people are trained to kill people, and she's really not too much.
Yeah, right. So
And she also isn't really wearing tactical gear.
no, but she
It
can
makes her more aerodynamic.
She
when
can dodge
fights.
and duck and dip.
Gotta show those arms.
Yeah, dip and dive and dodge. Claire finds herself in a basement surrounded by 20 dudes. I counted. I went to the cutscene. I paused it. I counted every dude. 20 dudes with assault rifles. I need help. Assault rifles.
You look up a
standing-
lot of videos of Claire with 20 dudes?
Yes.
Play the drum sound. You know what drum sound?
I don't.
It's the Pornhub. Du-du-du-tsh.
Oh yeah,
You act like I know that sound, Tyler.
you know that.
We're
Sound. We all
checking you
do.
into rehab.
No.
Resident Evil Hab.
Resident Evil hat.
Claire finds herself in a basement surrounded by 20 dudes with assault rifles, standing in front of a bunch of flammable gas tanks, as one does. Does a stick drop to the ground and blasts the tank. Enter my man Rodrigo, who's really the true hero of this story.
If you say anyone is a hero besides Steve Burnside one more time, I will quit the entire podcast.
This podcast is Rodrigo versus Steve. who's the real hero.
It's not fair, dude.
Yeah, I know.
What is an ant to a god?
Yeah, it's fine. So it's story of David and Goliath, I guess. Enter my man Rodrigo, who does what 20 dudes with guns couldn't do, stops her dead in her tracks.
Why are you idolizing the dude that captures our heroine and puts her in a prison cell?
Yeah, but like next scene, guess what happens?
I still
He
think
has a change of heart.
he's a bad guy.
But he's coming around. This is a full like turnaround story of like a bad guy turning good.
Stoy, are you having a I can fix him moment right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're-
yes.
That's what it sounded like.
Claire.
You're the
tried to fix
Rodrigo.
him.
You're a Rodrigo apologist, and I felt reading your.
Did you see what I titled this? When I sent you the
I
doc.
read it all, and
Yeah.
I will say there was a little more antagonism towards Steve than I appreciated in your plot outline.
I was hoping you wouldn't catch that. I was like, man, am I being really obvious with this one? I don't think I am. I think I'm being pretty subtle. I don't think Brad will.
It was like all
Get it.
caps locks and screaming the whole time. It looked like a Donald Trump tweet. Like,
Sorry, babe. I wanted that when we read these Steve Burnside scenes. I wanted us to really emphasize the passion that is Steve Burnside.
now, welcome to Rockford Island.
Yep.
That's the only thing in the outline you had wrong. You said welcome to Ashford Island.
I said Ashford Island.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But otherwise, you did fucking 20
Oh, no.
pages of perfect notes, so I won't knock you too hard. Your new home, prisoner number WKD 4496.
What does that mean, Stoy?
I don't know.
What is the meaning?
I really don't know.
WKD
That's literally how the
4496.
opening. It's like your prison number ID is for WKD 4496. Welcome to your new home. Bop.
I hope,
right in the head.
I hope that doesn't mean that they've had 4,495 other prisoners, because that seems like a lot.
It's a lot of prisoners on that island.
And there's not enough cells.
Nope, there really aren't.
A lot of testing.
I think I saw 4 cells.
There's a few. You're right. I think there's some other cells we find, but not enough.
Yeah, clearly not enough.
Claire Redfield is woken up by the sounds of explosions off in the distance. She stands up to see a wounded Rodrigo approach her prison doors. She picks up her lighter, which they didn't confiscate, so we know where she put it.
We know where she put it.
Up her butthole.
It is called a prison wallet, so it is canonically correct.
Exactly.
It's either ham wallet or prison wallet.
The scene you have to actually equip it, so it's like you know, in the Pornhub version that she pulls it out of her butt. Literally.
If we mention Pornhub without Steve Burnside one time this episode, I swear to God.
Okay, all right. We'll get there.
And he watches as he unlocks the door. Go on, get out of here. This place is finished. He says as he tosses a pill bottle of hemostatic or whatever. This will be important.
Yes, this is important later. So.
Now, this was another part of your notes where I could feel your anger.
Yes.
Now, you titled it The Longest Stairwell Ever. So, the Resident Evil series, 1 through 3, when you open the door, when you go upstairs,
Yep.
it's a loading screen. It masks the change.
Yep.
In this, there are a couple times where it goes very slowly up the stairs, or you'll open a door at a snail's pace. You don't like this.
No, I did not like this.
I really did, because
Okay.
it adds tension. Like, for some reason,
It
just
annoyed
seems like,
me more. It annoyed me more. I was like,
There's like a heartbeat playing, too.
Yeah.
It's really intense.
Yes.
because I remember like when I first played this game, I was like, oh my God, is every sequence going to be like this? Oh no.
Thankfully not.
Thankfully not. But in the times when it happened, and there were particular times where the tension was higher. So I understand what it was trying to do, but I was not here for it. I was not here for it. Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
No need to be sorry.
Sorry.
I get to just psychoanalyze like everyone's votes for Game of the Year.
I trust these things more than people.
It's very smart.
Yeah.
People. Naturally, Claire enters a cemetery filled with corpses coming out of the ground and a destroyed helicopter, because the stairwell to get out of the prison is right connected to a cemetery. You have to walk through the cemetery to get there.
Yeah.
As you would. There's a helicopter destroyed here near an exit with a metal case falling out of the wreckage. You can't get to it, and you don't have a gun, so you need to get out of here. The zombies in this game are largely going to be the prison staff and the construction workers at the Rockford facility who became infected after the island was bombed and the T-virus spread. But it doesn't stop there. Somehow the workers and the scientists at the Antarctic facility also received the same fate.
Yeah. Wild. Accidents everywhere.
Claire almost gets lit up by a stream of bullets from an emplaced gun in a tower. Claire finds a handgun by her feet, shoots out a light, and the gunfire stops. Cue this magic moment playing.
This magic moment.
Every wedding song ever is playing right here as Steve descends.
Yes,
Steve
we
Burnside.
get Steve Burnside, which
I just died in your arms tonight.
Tonight.
Burnside, weird last name, honestly. He does not feel like a Steve Burnside.
What do
When
you want him to be called?
Because when you guys told me
Sexy
about
McHot Boy?
when you told me about Steve Burnside, Steve Burnside to me sounds like a fucking like general,
Grizzled,
like a
yeah.
badass dude, like Steve Burnside, and I'm here to kick ass. And
You see, what you're
Chew
talking
bubble
about
gummies.
is the fake idea of masculinity. What Steve is the true form of masculinity. Is it manly to wear a tight choker and to complain about your family all day?
yes,
And to wear army fatigues
yes,
pants.
because true masculinity is 17 years old, 5'7" and 148 pounds.
All in his shoulders. All in his shoulders. The man has broad shoulders.
He skips leg day, but he never gives up on shoulder day.
Yeah, he does shoulder presses every day.
My balls
My
are
man
light
does
too.
push-ups.
I don't weigh much of anything.
Enter Steve Burnside, another prisoner on the island. Claire almost blows his brains out, but then like he just hits her with the accent, and she just freezes because he goes, "Relax, beautiful. I said I was sorry. My name's Steve."
And at this point, we all knew, oh shit.
Oh, shit, this guy.
is the guy.
And then he slaps you with the...
Yeah, he gives her the finger wag
Yeah.
and the because Claire's like, "We should team up," and he's like, "Relax, beautiful." Oh no, that's the last line. He says, "I don't want you following me, lady. You only slow me down."
In a world of zombies and Albert Wesker cat eyes doing quadruple backflips, Steve is by far the least believable thing I've ever seen in a Resident Evil game.
Really?
He is such a breath of fresh air.
Honestly, yeah, he is what the series kind of needed at this point.
It is
Yeah.
so weird. I want to know, was this Gary's doing? The Gary from the warehouse? Did he like this is his magnum opus? Like
Yeah.
he created Steve Burnside and they let him out of the warehouse?
He's been
Cast-
trying to introduce Steve Burnside in every Resident Evil game up until this point, and Hideki Kiyami was probably like, "Fine, let's put him in here."
Now, the idea of Steve, we have, I'd say, someone like a 12-year-old Canadian boy. How Canadian? Crank it. Crank that fucker up.
100%.
Yeah, it's take it to 11.
Daddy issues, trust issues. He's got little. He's very little.
Yeah.
He's just a little guy. And Claire is so taken aback. Like, what the fuck is
Who
this
is
guy?
this guy?
What was that about?
To be the least cool dude ever and have the most confidence in the world about it. Relax, beautiful.
Like I just said, every scene that you encounter with Steve Burnside where he just runs off, the look she gives him is just like classic every time. She's just like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, he's kind of like loosely based on the idea of the Judeo-Christian God.
Yeah. Modern day interpretation.
Well, Steve is going to hit you with some dope lines, and then you're going to try and team up, and he's going to be like, "You only slow me down."
Tune in, boys and girls. We got plenty more Steve Burnside
Yeah.
lines.
Steve's going to fuck off, and you can make your way to the barracks next door, go inside and grab the prison map, and grab a pair of MP100s from a zombie. So you're going to need that. The MP100 is a powerful semi-automatic pistol with enlarged custom magazines. Unfortunately, there's no additional ammo available, so make the most of what you got. These pistols come in a pair and are useful against a lot of enemies in the game. The wielder of these guns is also able to use them independently of each other, meaning you can target two different enemies via dual wielding. So that's good if you need to control a crowd of zombies.
This is
or,
definitely a crowd control weapon. You shouldn't
wanna
be using this exclusively right away.
you want to pretend you're in an action movie,
It looks cool.
Yeah.
I like the dual wielding. I think it just looks guns go burr.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Make your way around to the other side of the barracks into another door. It's a makeshift prison, and it's got a guillotine.
Yeah, it's got a fucking guillotine in there
It's got
for
a
whatever
fucking
reason.
Guillotine. And
Yeah.
honestly, that's humane. If you're gonna kill somebody, I think the guillotine is the most humane way you can do it.
That is true. It's better than the electric chair because it's instant gratification right away. Like
Yeah.
you're not sitting there watching someone.
You might blink a few times.
Yeah,
but
right. Yeah. So, you know, when we talk about the prison barracks, there's a couple diaries, or there's a diary with quite a few entries.
Now, out of all of the diaries that you can find in the Resident Evil games so far, a prisoner's diary makes the most canonical sense.
Because they ain't doing nothing else
got
except
nothing
writing
else
in their
going on.
diary. Yeah.
when Wesker or Chris or whoever stops to like write something, or like the merc that was like, I did evil things and I'm going to admit it.
I did a lot of war crimes today.
Yeah.
I did a lot of war crimes.
Why are these
but
guys
this
writing
girl's
this down?
changing my outlook. She looks like my daughter.
I left the key in a locker. The code is BB2.
No one can find it.
This was Ronald. Goodbye.
My
P.S.
password is my girlfriend's name.
P.S. I killed 185 people.
It was a busy day.
It's a busy day.
But yeah, no, Prisoner Diaries makes sense.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. I like that. I like
wanna
that line of
throw that out
thought.
there.
So, Prisoner's Diary, May 13th. This room stinks of death. Based upon the information I found, I believe that I'm far south of the equator. Lucky for me, that Bob in the bunk below me is one of those interesting types of guys.
No. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Is he pounding the gherkin every night?
Yeah, right. Hey, buddy, what you doing?
One of those interesting types of guys.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna find out what makes Bob such an interesting guy. So May 16th, today, Bob told some crazy story of why he was put in this place with me. Bob said that he used to be an attendant of the head of this place. This boss, quote, named Alfred, supposedly placed him in here because of a tiny little mistake. What does that mean? What's going to happen to me?
Bob, I hate to do this, Bob, but I asked for sparkling water, and this is still.
Oh, Bob.
You see why
You're going to prison,
I'm
my
furious, right? You see why I'm furious.
I could stab you right now. I think the guillotine is more appropriate.
You didn't warm my hand towels?
To the guillotine!
These are these honey roasted croissants? I wanted buttermilk.
I get farty and bloaty with those croissants.
You know this, Bob. You know this.
Claude.
Yes, Jacobin.
Claude, take him away. May 20th, without warning, a group of military men took Bob to the building behind the guillotine stand. Oh, no. At midnight, I'll sneak out of here to see him. Oh, there's a love story here. I've been hearing that anyone taken to the building never comes back. On top of that, there are these really large plastic bags being constantly removed from that place. I'd better pray for Bob.
I'll sneak out of here to see him. Are you in prison, dude? Do you just go and do what you want?
Yeah, you can't just sneak out like that.
You know that building no one ever comes back from, and it's kind of by the big guillotine, and they remove human body-sized trash bags from regularly.
Yeah, dude, take a hint.
I'm going to sneak into there.
I'm gonna go in there.
That's where I want to go.
I have to see my beloved Bob.
Yeah, Bob, no. May 21st. I was wrong. I shouldn't have gone there.
Whoopsies.
Man, what is going on in there? All I could hear was some insanely creepy laughter and the sound of Bob screaming. I don't know what to do. I can't stop thinking about it. Is that going to happen to me? I can't let it. I just can't. May 27th, whole week later. Since my last entry, all of my fellow inmates have been taken to that building. I know that I am next. It's obvious that we are all here to be used as Alfred's guinea pigs. There is no way out. What am I going to do?
I'm just going to throw a little something at you real quick there, boss. All right, so you snuck out to go see Bob and you got to that room. Maybe don't go back to your cell.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah, go somewhere else. Yeah.
Place your body in a different location.
Yeah.
That's
Get an outfit.
Yeah.
disguise.
Get an umbrella outfit and just walk around like you own the place.
Don't write in your diary that you've been sneaking out, because if they find that, they're going to be upset.
Then you get guillotined.
Yeah. You don't want to go there?
So Claire enters into the building, and you find out you can't go further. This fucking weird building.
Yeah, this really was a weird.
This is a real
The metal detector.
momentum killer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right away from the start, too.
I was very confused by it. So there's a metal detector. You have to dump your metallic items in the box. So goodbye guns, goodbye ammo.
Yeah.
And
Don't
here,
forget your lighter.
and your lighter.
You always forget the lighter.
And here and then you have to fucking stop and go back.
Yep.
And here you'll find a 3D duplicator and another door on the other side of the room with another security box. You find your way into a server room, and Steve is looking at your MySpace, your Tinder, and he's Googling your LinkedIn. Oh, geez, who is she? Wow.
Is she Chris Redfield's sister?
Wait, who's this Chris guy? Oh, he's your brother. Cool. Yes, you find Steve essentially just looking you up on the computer. And she goes, ooh, I can send a message to Leon from here. And he says, no way. He won't come. You'll end up disappointed if you rely on others. Believe me, I know. And then he runs away. If you believe in others, you're going to be disappointed. And he just sprints out of the room, closes the door.
Got a jet.
And she says, what was that?
What was that all about? Yeah, because I think he ends up like, she's like, oh, you should message Leon and tell him to come rescue us.
Claire,
And she's like,
not Leon, Chris.
I think she was mentioning like, hey, I'm going to message Leon to come, or
And then
the
he
information.
says you should message Chris.
Yeah. And then
he
Steve's
backtracks
like,
on it.
He's like, hey,
He
I'm
thinks
just kidding.
He thinks it's a joke because
Yeah.
he's like, no way would anyone come for you. Don't trust in people.
Yeah.
Believe me.
I know.
And then he giggles and runs out of the room.
I think our boy has some family trauma.
I think
he's
there's
got
some trauma
fam-
he needs to unpack.
Now,
Yeah.
there's this thing when you are so alpha male, you don't even play hard to get. You play sprint out of the room.
Yeah.
And they are left wondering what was up.
Right. Yeah.
Wild
Yes.
card, bitches. And then just bounce.
As
Just
you said,
jump out of the van.
Claire did a lot of sexual awakening for you, Stoy. And Steve was the one who got her in the end before he died. Spoiler warning.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just a
He
boy.
stole her heart.
I do like the almost family sitcom cut where she's just like, the fuck was that?
Well,
Yeah.
and the remake, they're adding a full penetration scene in it.
It's going to be rated NC-17, boys. Let's
And
go.
here's the thing. They show it. QTEs.
No, QTs are coming back. Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, that felt good.
Yeah, that felt good.
Yeah, so you turn on the shutter door switch, you grab an eagle medal, and you slap it in that 3D duplicator. The problem is you don't have any material to duplicate the medal. At this point, I'm like, maybe I don't want Resident Evil puzzles anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't need them. Because this one was like, I was pissed. I don't want to read how to do a 3D metal duplicator.
Yeah.
This is before 3D printers.
Yeah. It was weird. 3D duplicator, huh?
Yeah. So you have to go find something. You go back out the way you came, grab your weapons, get ambushed by a few zombies after opening those shutter doors, blast that fuel tank, grab the fire extinguisher from that room, and you go back then to the helicopter. With the little fire extinguisher, you put out an entire fire of the helicopter, and you grab the hot metal case that was on fire a second ago.
Yeah.
It's like in Home Alone when he grabs the doorknob. This would not work. Open it to reveal the TG01, which allows you to duplicate the eagle medal.
And it's a non-metal alloy.
Slap that puppy in there, and now you can use the 3D printed metal on the door where the prison tower was.
So, if you're an architect for a prison, and we said this is close to like Antarctica, right?
No.
Well,
No.
this was south of the equator, according
South
to the
of the equator.
prison diary.
It was like an island. You built a prison on an island,
Yeah.
and it just needs a little something more. Mm-hmm. It needs just a little pizzazz, a little better feng shui, maybe.
Yeah.
So you build a fucking palace because why not?
Yep.
You put a graveyard in the middle of the prison anyway. There's really no stopping you
Fuck.
because now you're in a palace. No longer the prison. You're in the palace. The palace is pretty cool. It reminded me a lot more of like Resident Evil 1, which was pretty cool. And you'll spend some time here. You cross the iron bridge, move a metal box into a raging fire. You can jump on top of that and make your way up the stairwell towards the grandiose palace. Watch out for a zombie dog.
Whoa, zombie dogs.
Zombie dogs.
Zombie dogs. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Better for me in 3D. 2D was a real problem. I'm better at maneuvering in this game.
I agree with you. Because it's basically you're just like zigzagging the whole time.
I found a pretty consistent way to kill them with only the knife. If you get them on the first one and you knock them down, you can just fucking like gank them until they die.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
If you trap the Bandersnatches, I can't wait till we talk about those guys.
Yeah, you didn't hate that
I don't,
at all.
I don't
in
like
this.
those. I don't like those guys either.
Yeah.
If you trap them in a corner, you could stab them multiple times.
Prison
Anyway.
shank them, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yes, one would say prison shank.
You'll enter the palace and you'll find a secretary's desk with a computer terminal by it that allows you to unlock the door behind you. You need a passcode, so make your way upstairs and you'll find your first official save room.
I could use one of those earlier.
The item box locations are very far in between in this one compared to the previous games.
Yes.
I found. I'm like, man, I haven't found an item box in a long time. Tons of like save areas, like tons of typewriters, but just like, man.
I could have used more ammo in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
I feel like everything's kind of more spread out, and it's a longer game, too.
Yeah.
The save room music, though, for this one
fucks
it fucks hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good. There's one Resident Evil game. I don't know which one it is, but the save music was the most beautiful thing I had ever heard in my life. I think it's Resident Evil 4, the OG Resident Evil 4 on the PlayStation.
I think it was the Zombie Dogs theme song.
Could have been.
Could be, yeah. A little mashup.
Something that was haunting,
Yeah.
and I loved it. And I think this couldn't have been it because I never played Code Veronica, but maybe I heard it. Or I watched a friend. I don't know. I'm always searching for that song. You'll find a badge underneath a movable dresser. It's got a code on the back. Congratulations. This is a Resident Evil puzzle. Weird shit happens. So much for high security protocols because we just write our passwords on the back of shit or we make it your girlfriend's name.
If you need a password on a computer, check the side of the computer for a sticky note.
Yes, it's right there.
Good chance.
Right
Also,
there.
if you need to get to the next room, just look for the room with the 2 indentations of guns on them.
Yep.
That'll be your key.
Yep.
You also
How do we get it? You want like a lock and a key for this door?
So just a deadbolt, right?
Do you know like those 2 Lugers that I have specifically? Can you just have it so I put them right in there and then the door opens? Seems complicated.
Yeah.
I want to bring a locksmith over and have that set up as like, I don't know how to open this door and it's just fucking 2 Luger indentations.
Yeah.
It'd be like, do you own Lugers?
Spencer works here.
Yeah.
Is this? Yeah.
Yeah.
You could find the
Damn those
secretary's
Spencers.
note. 4 years have passed. I began serving Sir Alfred. He doesn't trust anyone, though. Even though I am his attendant, I am strictly prohibited from entering his private house. What's his problem anyway? Fucking douche. They say he lives with his twin sister, Alexa, in his private house on the hill. I am going to guess incest. That's probably why I'm not allowed in
Weird.
there.
The rooms are joining.
Occasionally, I have seen someone standing by the window of the house. It may have been Alexia,
I'm a pretty woman now. Who's that?
whose extreme beauty is often talked about. I have totally never seen her, though. I once asked Sir Alfred for a picture of her, and he said no. No.
Is she on
Yes, sir.
Facebook?
When I asked for a pair of her underwear, I really pissed him off. It only enraged him. Even though I am his attendant, he will not show me any lenience. If I ask about her again, I could put my life at risk. Bob fucked up water, and they sent him to the guillotine. After all, it is a mystery why he so desperately tries to keep his private life with Alexia a secret.
I thought you were going to say his private's a secret.
Private's a
We
secret.
don't know what he's packing down there either.
Is he taping them together on the side of his leg? What the hell's going on
It's
there?
the end of Ace Ventura.
Finkel is Einhorn.
It's called a fruit basket.
Einhorn is Finkel.
Make your way back to the computer terminal, put
Spoiler.
in the code, enter the door behind you, and you will enter a room with a few dioramas, some pictures, and a button on the wall because the Resident Evil loves buttons on walls.
Yeah.
I want to push it.
Yeah.
I have this problem at work too, but I work in a data center.
When
You don't
push
want to
it-
push random buttons on a wall, I suppose, at a data center.
Well, good thing you push it because it reveals a hidden room.
Yep. So you walk into that room. What do you see? A wheel. You pick up a wheel just because.
This looks like it's going to be useful.
It
I
seems like I'm
need
going to need
this.
this. Yep. So no cranks and no wheels will ever be left behind. You see a pair of golden Luger pistols on the wall here, and if you try to take them, the door shuts you in, and the room fills with hot air. And if you see guns attached to a wall somewhere, don't take it. Don't.
Unless
Have you
you
played
found
a
it-
Resident Evil game before?
Unless you found a broken model of those same weapons in another room earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could put the guns back on the rack and then just whatever.
So and now this is when my stupid goopy gobby gamer brain is like, I need to use that 3D metal duplicator.
To duplicate the guns.
And I didn't. And that made me upset because I see like I need to duplicate some metal. And this is metal.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Didn't work. Oh,
a long
I never
walk.
thought about that actually.
That's a long walk.
Long fucking walk.
Never thought about that. So when you try to leave the palace to use the wheel crank somewhere, you hear a scream, "Yeah, help me!"
Steve is suffering.
Claire goes running back to the gold Luger room because you don't know where the voice is coming from, but you eventually hear that same buzzing sound that happens when you take the gold Lugers out. You run back to the gold Luger room. He has to solve a puzzle in order to open the door blocking Steve in the gold Luger room. Steve is suffering.
Steve is suffering, it says on the screen.
Yeah. And The funny thing about this is, depending on how fast you solve the puzzle, he comes out in different conditions.
Well, and when it says Steve is suffering, this is when I knew it was like an analogy for Jesus Christ.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
This is why he is the second coming.
Give us this day your daily Steve.
Your daily Steve.
I want something fully
And for
automatic, like the New Testament said.
This was literally the origin story of Jesus.
Yes.
Wow. So yeah, I think depending on how fast you solve the puzzle, because obviously if you let the room continually fill with hot air, he dies.
wait.
Game over, and whatever. I did this on my very first playthrough. I remember I was like, "Fuck this guy," and then all of a sudden, game over.
See, the younger Stoy wasn't
Stoy.
ready for the manliness
I was not.
that was Steve.
I was not.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older and a little bit more wiser in my years, yeah.
Now you understand.
Yeah. So, yeah, apparently, I think if you wait a little bit longer, he comes out and he just passes out on the floor and then wakes up. Or, like, if you do it really quickly, like, if you know the code, because, like, you have to look on the wall to see, like, what is it? Like, I forget what the wording was, but it was like you had to hit the two icons that were like guns or something like that. So
I really hope in the remake, they're going to have some fancy, like, mature Steve is like, yeah, I don't trust people. Just didn't work out for me.
I swear to God, if they do that,
They're going to. But
Oh,
let
no.
me pay $10 for that DLC to put the original voice acting back in there. Give me the coolest looking dude ever. He's like, oh, yeah.
Check out my new gun.
yeah, I will pay if that's a collector's edition version. I will pay that. Gladly pay that. So Steve's ungrateful ass brags about how he found gold Lugers.
This is when I could tell that Stoy hates Steve.
You thought that was subtle?
Well, yeah, because he comes out, he's like, oh man. Like he's
almost
like,
died for
almost
him. He
dies, and all of a
deserves
sudden he comes out and he's like, look what I found. I was like, fuck you.
He did find him.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
I will apologize
I
for
found him first.
Steve.
I found him first. Claire needs them. Give them to me. Claire
She
says.
talks to him like a toddler.
Because he's 17 years old.
He's also
She is
acting
2
like a
years
child.
older than him.
Put the toy boat down. No, I don't want to.
I want to trade those for something automatic. As he's pointing one of the weapons right to her face.
Yeah, he points the gun directly at her head.
Yeah.
I'll trade you for something automatic.
Click.
Yeah, he doesn't pull the trigger.
And you know
Yeah.
what? He's doing the thing where he's always keeping her guessing. She doesn't know who is this guy.
And then
He's not like any other boy she's ever met. That's for sure.
clearly not. Yeah. So of course she doesn't have anything fully automatic, so he just runs off like the heroic badass that he is.
You can see where I edited the notes there, and I added he runs off like a
I know you
heroic
had-
badass
Yeah.
instead of like a little crybaby bitch boy.
Yeah.
Crybaby bitch boy.
I was gonna say I don't remember writing that line, but I was gonna say So Redfield, how dare you interfere with my operation?
It's pretty good.
Witness the worst sniper in the world try to shoot you from the balcony as you try to exit the palace again. So Albert Ashford announces himself as the commander of this base and accuses you of allowing yourself to be captured so you can lead the team in to destroy the island.
People don't talk like this.
No, they don't.
And-
However, I am glad in this game that we have him.
There's two kinds of Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Now there is the Barry Burden, I have this,
Mm-hmm.
the Ashford craziness, the Steve Burnside. It either needs to be the kookiest, most ridiculous shit ever, or have a little gravitas and have a little like believability.
Yeah.
If you can't go in the middle.
Chief Irons is a little bit of that really high gravitas that we got from Resident Evil 2, I know.
And this is just the lunacy is so pitch perfect in this game, in my opinion. I'm actually really worried about the remake because the characters are so fun and over the top here.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to lose that.
I really hope they don't either. I think that would be my main worry, especially with Steve and Alfred. Like, obviously, I think they're going to have to handle that one particular scene that we'll talk about later a little bit delicately, but we'll see when we get there, I guess, whenever we get this game coming out. So Claire with one of the ultimate burns. Oh, you must be one of the Umbrella's lower level officers if you're a commander of a backwater base like this one. And she's like, how dare you?
Claire got him.
Claire got him.
She got him.
Got him.
He's gonna go write in his diary and be like, "That bitch is mean."
She hurt my feelings.
To my feelings. I am the commander of this base. Albert waxes on about his family's legacy and first founding Umbrella and further accuses Claire of kickstarting the attack on his base and unwittingly unleashing the T-virus onto the island, turning everyone into monsters. He'll keep you entertained on the island before maniacally laughing and walking away.
And we know this isn't of course, Claire didn't do this. The HCF and Albert Wesker were the ones who initiated this attack.
Yep.
We'll learn more about that later, but Ashford doesn't know what's going on.
No, of course, he's completely clueless.
And so, all right, you're at a prison, you're at a palace. How are we going to keep moving forward? Of course, it's the submarine.
Take it down. Yeah. Don't build an elevator.
Now, I know how you access a submarine. It's a giant comical steering wheel that you just spin and it brings the submarine up. I've seen this before.
Pretty common, pretty standard,
Standard stuff.
Yeah, standard stuff, yeah. Can you imagine being the build? Like, I really wish we had like signed content type of games where like the construction crews that built everything on Rockford Island. Okay, so in order to access the levels, we just install an elevator here. Like, no, I want a submarine.
Yeah.
A what? A submarine.
I want to be able to take my elevator sideways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is this
Make it
on?
work.
Is this on constantly? No. Put a car battery socket in it, but like don't leave the car battery socket in there. Put that shit on the other side of the island.
A car battery? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
whatever.
So we're just gonna put a push button control here, and then the submarine. No.
No.
Old timey pirate wheel.
If you ask me one more question, Bob, I will send you out of here.
Okay, this one
Old timey pirate wheel.
This one needs to, how do you shut the water off? With a crank. Oh, okay, that same square crank? No, make it a fucking octagon.
You're going to keep it around here, right? Oh, no.
No.
We're going to put that in a fireplace in a basement 2 buildings over.
What I want you to do is I want you to walk to the other side of the island and throw it
Yeah.
at a random spot as hard as you can.
Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, somebody will find it. How do we take this? How do we take off with this airplane? We need 3 medals here.
We're going to call them proofs.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever.
Bob, I swear to God, if you ask another question about this.
Just do it, okay? We're getting paid for this.
So you use
That's a union job.
on the way down, you grab a Navy proof. You'll once you exit the submarine, you'll access an underwater base with an airplane docked there. That'll be your way out. Of course, you can't leave yet. So you make your way through the makeshift airport, find a room with a control panel on the wall that is blocked by a large metal crate. You've played crane games before. Grab the crate, move it so you can access the control panel. The room's elevator rises to the top, complete with a few shambling zombies making their way towards you. After you take them out, you find some crossbow rounds and a biohazard card. Make your way all the way back past the palace by the iron bridge staircase and across a door leading towards the military training facility.
I do gotta give credit to where credit's due with the amount of backtracking in this game, but still really good level design.
Yeah.
Like I found myself like, man, I gotta go all the way back again to access that one area I just couldn't access. But
They're interconnected
yes,
very well.
But near the end of the game, when all of a sudden like all your doors are open, that's when it's like, oh shit, I could just take this shortcut here.
Yeah.
So it's the backtracking in the beginning is a little bit more annoying than later.
Yep, it's kind of all of Dark Souls or Bloodborne where you are unlocking shortcuts that help you swing around so you're able to have multiple ways
Yeah, for sure.
in and out of areas.
Yep.
So you get to the military training facility and you run into Shia Lud, giant worm from Dune.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Alalubin. I forget how he says.
Yeah.
Aladahubin.
What's the walk called? The dance? The sand
The
dance?
Crip Walk.
The Crip Walk, yes. You need to Crip Walk through here or a giant T-virus infected worm will eat you. Yeah. There's a monster created from a common earthworm being infected with the T-virus. As a result, it has grown to enormous proportions, and it is large enough to swallow a manhole.
I'd say a couple of manhole.
Yeah.
Not Steve Burnside, though.
No,
I'm not going in there.
No, we.
I suppose that's the only advantage that this Steve Burnside had over Rodrigo.
He goes, relax, beautiful. The worm's like, okay,
Okay,
I will.
I'll just wait here.
He wags his finger at the worm.
You're going to slow me down.
You're gonna slow me down, worm.
The worm looks at the camera. What was that about?
I need cuts. I need B-side stuff in the remake, please.
Yeah, so this worm, it moves pretty quick. It can tunnel underneath the ground underneath you. Just run away. Don't even try.
Yeah.
Don't even try.
Get the fuck out of Dodge. There's nothing you can do about this giant worm. So just make your way to the only open door here. In the building, you can print a map, find a crossbow and some ammo, some herbs, access the locked gate with your biohazard card, and make your way all the way down the hall. The gate will promptly shut after you go through it. Guess you're not going back that way.
Not going that way.
Enter a small courtyard and almost get clapped. Enter a small courtyard and almost get clapped by Albert Ashford again. Chases bitch ass up the
I've
stairs.
used this line multiple times in this write up that I did. Almost get clapped by. So I am sorry.
He's a bad shot.
Yeah, he really is a bad shot.
Oh, that's
He has the drop,
yeah.
and he misses you every time.
You have the high ground, my man.
So you almost get clapped by Albert
It's just,
Ashford again.
he's wearing those long fingernails. And
That's
he
it.
can't-
That's really it. Yeah.
That
might be
Stoy
it.
Either
really
cut the
wrote, chases bitch ass up the stairs. He escapes through a door, so we follow him. Where then a speaker crackles to life as you're locked in.
Ooh, we get to hear Tyler's
Yes.
Albert.
Here we
now.
go. No. Do that again.
Let the boy cook.
No, he needs to do that over
He's
again.
gonna find
He
it.
needs to do that over
He might
again.
be Scottish by the end of the sentence.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Dude, I don't know where this is going, man.
right.
I'm just a passenger in this vehicle.
Okay, all right.
Welcome, Claire.
Okay, it's getting better. You're right.
Consider the area you're in a special playground just for you. I so want you to enjoy this.
Pretty good. Fine. Yeah.
Albert locks you in, only allowing access to one door in the room you're in. After an antagonizingly slow door entrance sequence, you really don't like
I don't
these.
like it. I don't. It's like
I love him.
I love reading Stoy's notes because I don't read these beforehand, and I can see like his annoyance.
I really these work for me because
That's-
if it all of a sudden it goes slow, I'm like,
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but you open the door and it's
This
like
is your
nothing.
20th. This is your 20th time playing these games though, so you
Yeah,
know.
maybe. I suppose I'd have to like go back to like 20-year-old me. Maybe I was pretty suspenseful at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you get through the door, and conveniently there's a pair of Uzis lying on the ground, empty though. But guess what an Uzi is? In the rest of the class, what is it?
Oh,
fully
yeah.
automatic.
Fully automatic.
I
think
like
someone wants a fully automatic.
So you got to go give these Uzis to Jesus, and that is your new mission. You see some ammo off in the distance, though. You can go grab that. In the save room, grab the hemostatic medicine.
I think
Wait,
someone out
who
there
needs
needs hemostatic medicine.
Hemostatic medicine.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's a real thing or if it was made up for this game or.
In this Uzi room, you encounter one of the worst fucking enemies in the entire series.
You see this
I
fucking See this Donald Trump tweet in the notes here?
Yeah, it's entirely in caps.
Yes, it's entirely in caps. For a reason, because this is the most bullshit, fucking stupid piece of shit, bullshit enemy in the Resident Evil universe. That's literally reading my notes.
Democrat is what it
The
is.
fucking Bandersnatch.
I didn't mind them that much, to be honest. They take They take a few extra hits.
They're
Yeah.
easy. They're easy to dodge. They're easy to dodge if you know how to duck and dip past them.
They're sneaky though.
But you run away and you're like, ha ha, I got him, and then he fucking slaps the back of your head. And it's like, God damn it.
The stretchy arm
Yeah.
is pretty funny.
yeah.
I didn't find that funny at all.
Apparently, I read somewhere that they were supposed to be able to breathe through their shoulder. Their face was going to like be on their shoulder.
Oh, that's okay.
And that's why it's so lumpy and big.
Okay.
But they changed it.
It's a mass-produced monster designed as a base unit of the Umbrella's infamous Tyrant. The reason for this was simple. Those with the necessary genes to be turned into Tyrants were small in number, and the Tyrants themselves were expensive to develop. In short, the Bandersnatch was a cost-effective alternative proposal. You get what you pay for. Due to the flawed, cost-effective process used in their creation, parts of their anatomy tended to atrophy away within moments of their creation. The atrophied parts were often their left arms. The lower half of its body is much too weak to hold its weight, which is why it has difficulty walking. It also lacks a left arm, but it's got a little stub there. But its right arm has the ability to stretch great fucking distances and attack and retract, even off fucking screen. One-armed Tyrant variant monster. It has one arm that can overstretch to 5 meters long and prefers to attack you from afar. Like I said, especially off screen. Sorry, I'm just going to keep... every time we talk about these things, try to run past their left arm stub to avoid a close-up attack. It's easier to dodge when they're close up, of course, but they'll still tap your ass with their stretch arm, strong arms. They can also grab you by the top of your head, which is bullshit too as well. Because I never know. Historically in every game, if I'm grabbed by something, my first instinct is to mash all the fucking buttons.
Correct.
Yeah, that's usually what works.
Yeah. And so I never know.
Even if you're not told to,
Yes.
I feel like it might be a hidden mechanic.
Yes. I don't know if it works or not. I am not going to not try it, though.
We're not going to wait.
I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, maybe if I just wait this out, he's just going to let me go.
But then what you did was just a hidden QTE, and you go, relax, beautiful. And the Bandersnatch just sets you down. And he goes, what was that
Sorry
about?
about that.
What the fuck is he doing?
Yeah. But here we go. Hold on. You got to kill this fucking thing, of course, before you move on. And like I said, I think the easy one for me, this is an easy one to trap him into a corner and just prison shank him multiple times.
That probably felt very cathartic for you.
Yes, it did. Kept stabbing. I was actually there for 20 minutes, still stabbing it after it dead.
Anger in this short little passage is astounding.
You can
Yeah.
see.
I can see.
No, see when the notes switch to me, though.
Yeah.
Is it? Can I take over?
Yeah. So Claire gets interrupted by another friggin' Bandersnatch, unfortunately. And what's next, Brad?
So, you know, in The Matrix, when Neo is dodging the bullets, and Trinity's like, he's the one.
He's the one.
And
Yeah.
Morpheus like, he's just nodding like, I know.
He's starting to believe.
He's starting to believe. That's the moment right here. So Steve,
It was a pretty epic fucking scene.
Steve busts through a window, does like a little flip-de-doo, and he's shooting the Bandersnatches on the way down. He's lighting him up with his dual Lugers, boom, boom, protecting her, just fucking takes both of them out.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, ha, oh yeah, that felt good. No, this is, okay, insert cool one-liner, like, cool off, big guy.
Yeah.
He goes, ha, yeah, that felt good.
That felt good. And then he wraps that up with, another infamous line.
Dude, it's the least cool thing he could have said.
He's like,
Could have
oh,
been
shit,
like,
can I go back and do that
settle
over
down.
again?
He's like, if in case you forgot I'm Canadian, oh yeah, that felt good.
Looks like your bander has been snatched.
That's 10 times
Perfect.
better
That's
than what he
perfect.
said. Snatch this.
Snatch that bander.
Yeah. Snatch this. And he shoots him in the crotch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Would have been great.
Don't worry, Claire. Your knight in shining armor is here. And then she goes, you wish. And I was like, ooh, the banter has begun.
Oh,
She
yeah.
is here.
Slay queen. Slay queen.
Oh, yeah. They go to fun. I am a cleave shipper. I was going to say cleave sniffer.
Did you put
which I
Claire
would.
and Steve in one?
It's a cleave.
Yeah,
It's a cleave.
It's better than stare.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Which I would. Claire offers up the Uzis and helps them get the. Well, she offers the Uzis like, wait, what? They're empty. Oh,
You tricked me.
You tricked me. And then she laughs. She helps get the ammo on top of a metal crate. The elevator there descends into death, and Steve's brave ass wants to test out his new toy by clearing the way ahead. So this is when you take over and you play as Steve. And video games, this is the peak of the art form, maybe. Like, they've never achieved this again. As Steve, you can turn back and not kill anything, and she makes fun of you, which I do appreciate.
Yeah. Or if you run out of ammo, I think even too, like if you just go ham,
She'll give,
she'll give you more ammo. Yeah.
you're living your deepest fantasy. You take control of the one and only Steve.
I can tell who's writing the notes now.
Yeah, I was going to say deep. I don't remember writing this part.
At a bridge looking above a small waterfall, Claire catches up with him, and Steve has a meltdown. And he tells Claire, guns are more reliable than people. And then he shoots off in the distance in rage.
Yeah.
And she goes, people?
People?
Don't trust people. They'll only let you down.
Damn.
People? it's the funniest line.
Yeah.
She cannot wrap her mind around the enigma that is Steve. He's unlike any other man that's ever existed.
In her defense,
So I actually watched a video of this. Oh, sorry. I think you were about to do it.
I was just going to say there is nothing more mysterious than the brain of a 17-year-old man.
Yeah.
A boy, perhaps.
So apparently,
god,
I watched a
some
video
say.
where they called this the Metal Gear Solid effect, where in dialogue, the person receiving you're saying something, and the person that is receiving that message just repeats one word that you said throughout the whole time in a question, because like Snake does that all the time in some of the original Metal Gear Solid games, where it's like, people are more reliable, or people are less reliable than guns. People?
Metal Gear?
Metal Gear? Colonel?
There's no way to properly answer Steve because he's playing 10D chess. He's
Listen.
10 steps ahead of you.
Boy's got some trauma he needs to dump, though.
He does.
He's not an MCR guy. You know what he is? I think he's a Hawthorne Heights guy.
You're the only one who's going to know what this means. Tyler.
I think this is an emo reference.
Yeah.
Is this emo reference?
He's trying to describe people through emo bands again.
I can do it with everybody.
Steve fucks around with My Chemical Romance. We all know this.
Yeah, everybody does. Everybody enjoys a little MCR, but I think Steve is really like Ohio is for lovers.
Claire follows him through a door and falls through the wooden bridge.
We do need to explore this later, though.
Cut my wrist and black my eyes.
He almost sounds like Steve. Follows him through a door, falls through a wooden bridge onto the ground level. Claire's legs are trapped under some wreckage, and the zombies start shuffling their way. Steve sees the zombie. Oh, no! Father! I like this. This is cool because in all of the zombies we've seen before, in all the previous games, there's not like a realization like, oh shit, that's a big someone you know.
Yeah,
and the model doesn't look like too unique. It looks like a fucking zombie.
Yeah.
We have seen like Dead Stars members. Like I remember finding Barry, or was it
Forrest.
Brad? Who's on the balcony in the first one?
Forrest. Oh my God. Sorry.
Steve,
in the director's cut, he does come alive. I remember that. Did we talk about that?
yeah.
Forrest comes alive, and you have to actually you have to clap him.
So Steve is unable to shoot his no, Dad.
Yeah, but
He's unable to shoot until the zombie is literally about to chomp down on Claire, and then he shoots his dad. And then he has his breakdown. Now, this is where I think he's the epitome of manliness because he's also vulnerable and emotional, which a lot of men have issues with this. Steve, he's going to cry.
yeah,
And he's going to cry his eyes out because he killed his father to save you.
yeah.
On one end of the spectrum, you have Andrew Tate, who has his pimp and host degree that you can, it's like a master class for being a douchebag. And you can pay him money for him to tell you misogynistic things that'll help you get girls. And on the other side, we have Steve Burnside's just hard on your sleeve.
The least threatening dude you've
Least
ever met.
threatening.
Yes. But also, he'd do quadruple backflips. And then he says bad
Particle.
one-liners.
Yeah.
It's all part of his class.
Oh, yeah.
And he has the voice of an angel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You want to get girls? Then all you have to do is run out of the room all giddy like.
Keep them guessing.
Relax, beautiful.
Stay up, kings.
So he explains to Claire that his father used to work for Umbrella and began selling their secrets to the highest bidders. He was caught, and both him and Steve were taken prisoner and locked away on Rockford Island. Steve's anger boils up, calling his dad stupid for putting his family at risk. Claire lets him grieve, and she moves on ahead.
I'm going to let you have your moment.
I think you need some time here, buddy.
Take some time.
Just relax.
Yeah.
I'm going to backtrack now.
Yep.
Slowly
You do
walk
you.
away from
Yeah.
this one.
Unlock the door in the area you're in, and you'll find yourself in a room with a painting in it and a blue shield emblem on the wall. Grab that. Any shield, emblem, whatever. You've played these games, you know.
Yep.
It's going to be useful.
Yep.
Backtrack all the way back to the military training facility at the top of the ledge where Albert was trying to shoot you. Open a stone drawer, and in it is an emblem card. From here, you can go back to the basement area where Steve was having fun blasting zombies.
Fun, in quotes, I guess.
Grab a grenade launcher here and some grenade rounds. Now, the grenade launcher, obviously, you've played these games. We've had this before.
One of the best weapons in the series for me.
Yeah. The grenade rounds you get this time are acid rounds, flame rounds, and the new BOW gas rounds. These rounds are used with the M79 grenade launcher. There's only one set of rounds available in the game, so they should be used in moderation. Don't go crazy. When used against an enemy, although they appear to do very little, they actually have the amount, half the amount of health that the creature has.
Pretty
So,
powerful on big enemies.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
These rounds should be the first when you run into a tough boss. This is your opening jab.
Yeah.
Definitely use this first. You can weaken it exponentially before switching to a standard weapon to finish a bad boy off.
We like finishing bad boys.
What you gonna do when they come for you?
Oh, yeah, that felt good.
What they gonna do when they come on?
When they come,
People?
that's it. What was that all about? So you take a service elevator up to the second level and find yourself in a control room because this game has a lot of control rooms. This will not be the first or last time you encounter one.
This makes sense though, because a prison would have a lot of control rooms.
Yes, right.
So architecture, actually, we're gonna give you a W there.
A lot of cameras. So you see a laboratory on screen. You use the camera to zoom in on a painting that is similar to one you saw earlier, and it reveals a code written and desecrated on the painting. You'll need to remember this number. Weirdly enough, the lab itself decontaminates as you're watching this on screen. And after exiting the camera, allowing access to the lab, there's an army proof here in this room. Grab it. Backtrack again into the training facility and access the other locked gate with your biohazard card. The lab you just saw on camera is now accessible, and after grabbing the painting, a few albinoids escape from the vents and begin attacking you. An automatic shutdown sequence begins, and you have 45 seconds to get the flock out of there.
Get that flock out of there.
I read that as albinarchs.
Albinarchs?
Elden Dogs is into the chat.
And Evans bleed over.
Okay, the enemy, the Albinarchs, this is the result of injecting the T-virus into salamanders and tampering with their DNA. They have incredible...
Fuck it.
Yeah, put the shit in everything. They have an incredible growth rate and can generate a large electric field, several times more powerful than the animal it was based off of. This adult albinoid is extremely difficult to engage in its aquatic habitat due to its powerful electric discharges. However, its unwillingness to leave the pool allows for the player to engage it from the sides without fear of getting shocked.
This is an albinoid you run into a little later.
Yeah,
I think
that one for sure.
Yeah.
So after you escape, you take the same elevator down to the basement level 1 to the room with the painting in it. Use the painting you have on the other wall, and by magic, it reveals a back area of the room with a gold key. You'll need this in the palace. So we have to go back to the palace again.
The gold
It
key
won't be the last time.
The gold key grants access to the double doors next to the room where the gold lugers were. The room is full of paintings with buttons under them, so of course you have to hit them in order. Each painting is a member of the Ashford family tree. There's a memo from Scott Harmon, the family butler, who writes about the earthenware vase that has been handed down through the many generations of the Ashford family tree.
Son, I'm dying. For you, I bequeath this vase.
I wanted money.
I'm going to turn it into
Can I
a
at least
bong.
get your Steam account?
That's going to show up in wills now. I bequeath my Steam account to my bestest friend, Steve Burnside.
No!
In light of him not being a real person, anyone else, I don't care. Yes, handed down through generations in the final hope that you, Albert Ashford, will regain its former glory with your guidance. They answer in the memo, so as long as you hit the buttons in the order of family succession, a wall that is a painting of Albert himself turns open, revealing a painting of Alexia, the sister, and a vase. Take the vase, look inside, and grab the queen ant. And if there's an item, just fucking grab it. Maybe do an examine. You might have something pop out.
Exactly. You got to do this a lot in this game.
Yes.
A little bit more. Like you pick up something, it's like, what am I going to do with a flower pot? Oh, there's something in it.
Oh, I better look at that.
Better look at it.
I'm going to throw it at a bandersnatch.
Yeah.
Go back to the door Go back to the Luger indentations. Place the golden Lugers in it to reveal an office with a computer desk and a vague memo that tells you what the password is to unlock the music box door. Left, right, right, or 1971.
Such a stupid, like, so stupid. You want to know what else is stupid?
People? The door opens and a bullshit bandersnatch crashes through the window. Stoy has to buy a new television here.
Yeah.
After changing your
I got to buy a new
pants,
controller too because I just like threw it against my TV and it broke.
a path leading up to a creepy-ass house on a hill reveals itself, and random lightning strikes in the distance. Cackling can be heard right before walking up another agonizingly and suspense-filled staircase toward the house. More goddamn bandersnatches.
These fucking things.
And we will enter this creepy house on the hill next time on Zombie Dogs. Part 2 of Code Veronica. If you are listening to this on the main feed, on the public feed, it'll be 1 month before you get to have the conclusion to this episode. If you're on Patreon, you get this in 2 weeks. We encourage all of you listeners to do a free trial. They're available. You can get access to these episodes. Otherwise, the $5 tier gets you access to all of the Zombie Dogs as well as lots of other shows. Patreon.com/HairTheDogcast. Special thanks to Patreon executive producers Brainsucker Brian Ward, Crimsonhead Chrissy Nick, Kipper the Liquor, Philium Birkenwright, Tyrant Melly, Jordan Hunter Alpha Hoff, Kelly Gravedigger Kutowski, Phil Just Lost Plagus Phil, thanks Tyler, Justin the Molden Melly, Ejop Blade of Alexia, Spetsnaz S. Kennedy, Tony the Progenitor Pepperoni, and new executive producer BG Burton.
B.G. Burton.
Yeah, that's a pretty prestigious one I gave him.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say,
Bogdan's
wow.
cool. We've met him before. He had beers with me and Dylan one time.
Okay,
cool guy. Yeah, special thanks to all of you, and I'm excited to finish talking about this game. We're having a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah, as you can see, the notes are filled with a lot of fun experiences that we have.
A
With
lot
this
of
game.
anger and a lot of love.
Yes, exactly. It's a love-hate relationship.
We will see you next time
Goodbye, everyone.
on Zombie Dogs
Bye, everyone. You're only gonna slow me down.
Podcasts.